Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, TransparentTradeSolutions.com on a Friday. This is the 24th April. Let's get right into the charts. Again, I have a free offer on the table. You go ahead and click the link below. We did put on another trade this week, and obviously NVIDIA is breaking out. We actually we're out of those calls last week, and software is getting hit again. Palantir got a big hit. Trying to look to buy that probably next week. We've got mega caps next week on Wednesday, and the Fed meeting, so all kinds of stuff. In the meantime, again, so click the link below if you want to spend 15 days with me. It's a free trial. After 14 days, if you decide it's not for you, you can simply cancel. Let's get right into the chart. So, we're at all-time highs on the S&P, and let's take a look here. So pretty much not really much we were in this up until this morning. We're basically not that far away from these highs. We're literally, we're bumping up against these. We shot down yesterday after oil had a little spike. So basically, it's oil again going into the weekend. So we're, at 7,200 was the high. As long as oil stays, I think below, looks like now 100 or 98. You just keeps moving the goalposts, but more or less, today it's interesting because a lot of stocks are down, as you know, if you're watching your stocks. It's all mega caps, Intel blowing it out. All the semiconductors is really most of where the action is today. So overall, you see markets coiling up at all-time highs. How high it goes, nobody knows. Pullbacks probably down to 71. There will eventually be some kind of a pullback. Of course, markets don't go forever, but at this point, uh, you know, just short-term stuff. I think if oil rallies above $100 a barrel over the weekend or something, failed talks again, somebody bombs some tanker in the Straits, whatever, that's really what's driving the markets at this point. The S&P, NASDAQ, all mega caps. You've got pretty much all the mega caps up today, particularly now that NVIDIA joins the party. You've got another new high. Interestingly, this morning pulled back right to where we broke out from, and now we're at all-time high. Similarly here, I think now you've got this 27.19, and then at some point when we do have a correction, and we will have it, obviously from what levels, who knows? But that's where we're at. And you've got a lot of momentum right now in these mega caps and these semiconductor stocks, and that's on one hand, you never know how high they're going to go because the momentum going to carry them. But when the momentum stops for whatever reason, again, we just never know until after the fact. We will have a correction. But at this point, can't short the indexes. Can't short a lot of these mega caps until we see some kind of uh, reversal signals. But on the other hand, you wait for pullbacks. You don't want to chase them because momentum can change at any point. Interestingly, the Dow is still lagging. It's not even, it's the only index that has not made an all-time high. Not even, we're still a few hundred points away from that, which is really interesting. Russell similarly just kind of churning here, consolidating similar to the S&P. Bitcoin still cannot break out, which is really, this looks like it wants to break out. If there's a catch-up trade here, I think it's going to be Bitcoin probably rallying to 80K. It's interesting that the risk on, even with semiconductors and NASDAQ, it still hasn't been able to push Bitcoin. I think this is really going to be the catch-up trade coming into next week. If the rally continues at some point, Bitcoin's going to catch a bid. So watch that. Elsewhere, not much happening. Rates dead in the water, dollar similarly, so not much to talk about there. As you know, the story is oil still. Oil has a massive range at this point. I think at some point it's going to hit 100 a barrel. This is the um, June contract we're looking at here, kind of in the middle of this range. I would just say that oil for the moment is in a big, broad range. 80 to 100 is really the range. Kind of in no man's land at the moment. Been chopping around all over the place here, but I think ultimately we hit 100. That may be the peak in oil coming up here. If it breaks above 100, that's going to be a major problem for stocks and whatever. So I think as long as it stays within, kind of back and forth. You can even watch right now, as oil pulled back this morning, that's when the S&P made a new high. So it is tracking in some regard there. Lastly, nat gas looks like it's going to break 250, probably go to two. We'll see how that goes. So all in all, you've got a bunch of mega caps, momentum still pushing the averages, lots of stuff going on below the surface. Software still trying to get a bottom here. We'll see if that actually turns out to be the case. But that pretty much summarizes everything. So again, go ahead and if you're interested in spending 15 days, hit that link below, sign up for the newsletter, and give me a thumbs up and some commentary in the chat. Have a great weekend. Take care.